Okay, you guys, we had a lot of questions about our application passport or passive cell transport. So I wanted to go through each of these slides so you know what you're doing. In slide number 2, of course, this is a concept map, but I want to show you down here, there is vocabulary or a word bank. Please use the word bank. We had a lot of trouble with some strange answers. Lots of guessing. I don't want you to guess. I want you to use the vocabulary. Slide 3, you are matching the term with the descriptor. And I want to remind you, these pictures right here have something to do with how much water is on the inside of the cell and how much water is on the outside of the cell, called osmosis. So please make sure that you're looking at these, comparing them, and then trying to figure out which one of these goes with the picture. Okay, be careful on this slide because it looks like there's a lot of people either getting all of them right or a lot of them wrong. So take your time with this. In this picture, you are adding arrows to the picture showing the movement of sugar passing through the cell membrane. And remember, in diffusion, everything moves from a high concentration or a high amount to a low amount. So to do this, you'll just go up to this, select a line, go to arrow, and then here you can just kind of drag wherever you want it to go, okay? So just make sure you put an arrow in there. Don't put a line because a plain old line doesn't tell me what direction. You have to put an arrow showing direction. And then finally, this is the hardest one for everybody. So I want to go through question number 5 down here. We did this in class yesterday. And so those of you who are Tuesday, Thursday folks, you have not seen this. But I wanted to point you to the title. It's called Osmosis Practice. So we are looking at, in this picture, when we're looking at the movement of anything from inside the cell to outside the cell or outside the cell to inside the cell, we are looking at the movement of water. Okay? So let's look at number 5. In number 5, it says that there is 95% water on the outside of the cell and 98% water on the inside of the cell. So we can go over here. It says outside of the cell. We already know there is 95% on the outside of the cell there. And then we know that on the inside of the cell, there is 95%. So with anything dealing with percentages, you're always looking for 100%. So if there is 95% water on the outside of the cell, that means to make up 100%, there is 5% solute. Oh, whoops. Okay. So if on the inside of the cell it's 98%, then the solute is 2%. Okay. Now you're going to draw your arrow. So we know that the outside of the cell has 95, the inside of the cell has 98. Water moves from high to low. So of these two numbers, the highest number is on the inside of the cell at 98%. So you'll take your arrow button and you'll draw it from the inside out. Okay. Finally, you're going to tell me what kind of solution it is. So the solutions we've been looking at are hypo, iso, and hypertonic. So hypotonic, isotonic, and hypertonic. Hypotonic, and remember in class I said hypotonic, meaning that the O is getting bigger. So that to me indicates that water is moving into the cell, making the cell get bigger. So anytime you have water moving into the cell, it is hypotonic. Anytime you have water moving from inside the cell, outside of the cell, you have hypertonic. Okay? And anytime it's equal, it's isotonic. So hopefully, after showing you number 5, you are able to complete 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 for this page. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Please email me if you have any questions, and I will see you all bright and early Monday and Tuesday morning.